So let's make some steamed amaranth and quinoa. So I got this amaranth from a local Asian shop. It was a Vietnamese shop. Um, it has a name that they call it in the local language. I don't know how to say that. Um, got it from a Vietnamese shop, like I said. You can find this in a Chinese shop too. They definitely eat this amaranth over there. And it's got this pretty color with these patterns on it with these pink leaves. All right, so we're gonna first open these up and put them to soak. All right, now it's important that we talk about the cleaning process. So sometimes the stems will be way too fibrous to chew, and so you want to peel them. So you can test that by, if you can cut it with a knife, and if you cut through it without any problem and it's tender, then it's fine. But then if you get to the base of the stalk and then you feel like it's a bit fibrous, then you're gonna have to peel it. And so you'll take your knife and just skim off this outer layer. Remove these leaves first and go all around it and just peel it, because if it's too chewy, it'll just make the eating experience, if it's too fibrous, it makes the eating experience, makes it annoying. So just like how you have those thick stems of broccoli and you peel off those outer thick fibrous layers, you do the same thing here. It's a little bit harder here because the stems are much thinner. And sometimes the stems will be really thin and they'll still be fibrous. So you just have to check. Like I said, run your knife through it. If it goes through and it's crispy, then it's fine. If it goes through and when you cut through it, it's a little bit fibrous and it's kind of hard to cut it, you want to either peel that stalk off, or throw it away and just use the leaves. Now this has been cleaned up pretty well, so I probably don't have to do that with all of this, but I will just do a check at the end to make sure that they're all nice and tender. Okay, we soaked our amaranth and now we just want to cut them up. Cut them up before we do a final rinse. Some people like to cut these up really small. I'm just going to cut them up so they'll fit onto a fork or a spoon. Alright, also we're going to take this quinoa and measure out half a cup and put it to soak in some water. So this is tricolor quinoa. If you didn't know, it comes in 3 colors: red, black, and white. And this is a mixture of all 3 colors. And this is a nice quinoa because of the white quinoa. It's really fluffy. The white quinoa is the fluffiest one. But you can use whatever quinoa you want. My personal favorites are really the red quinoa and this one right here. So this one has because it has 3 different quinoas in it, and all the quinoas have a different flavor and texture. So you get all 3 of those mixed together. So I know I said I'll be measuring out a half a cup, but yeah, not really. I'm just using regular old coffee mug, tea mug, measuring out a half a cup of that. We'll soak our quinoa. Alright, back to our amaranth. So we're also going to be adding this onion, this tomato, and some of these seasonings. So some onion powder here, some thyme, some dill weed, and some sea salt. So I'm going to get these cut up and ready to go. I'm going to add 1 more tomato to the mix to fill it out. So I'll be sauteing this in olive oil. The onions, that is. thyme. And we're going to go ahead and let that saute. I'm going to add the amaranth in slowly. Back to our quinoa now. It's ready to go. So I'm just going to add the water, and I used a half a cup of this quinoa, so I'm going to do a 2 to 1. So I'm going to use a full cup of water, and a full cup of water because that's how you get the white quinoa to be fluffy. And this quinoa comes out fluffy because there's a lot of white quinoa here. So I'm going to get this boiling first before I go ahead and add the quinoa to it. Put the lid on, turn the heat on. Once that starts to boil, we can add our quinoa. Add 1 bay leaf to the boiling water. Just a small one and tear it. Throw it in there. And meanwhile, our amaranth is cooking over here, steaming up nicely. Good, now our water's boiling. Our water's boiling, so we can add the quinoa in. Cook that with the cover on. The amaranth is steaming up nicely. And I'm ready to add my tomatoes in there. I'm gonna go ahead and first add honey powder. And the milk. The quinoa is boiling, so we're going to reduce the heat. So while this is going, we'll check it back in a good 10-15 minutes. And quinoa should be done in about 10-15 minutes. And so should the greens. Check back periodically, stir it around. This looks like it's almost done. Just leave it down for a couple minutes more. So I'm just going to drizzle it with a little bit of sesame oil. And give it a little sea salt. That's it. Coming along nicely. Once all the water is boiled out, then she's ready. Steamed amaranth. and quinoa.